He was intelligent, caring, and most importantly, ever mindful of the safety of Alpha Company. On January 16th, 1971, while we were engaged in a firefight, we were accidentally hit by our own artillery, killing 4 and wounding 11. Curiously, the same total of casualties at Kent State University just the year before. Captain Ward was killed, along with 3 others that included the medic from the 3rd Platoon who we were traveling with. It was clearly the worst day of my life. When you get through a day like that, it provides you with a lifetime standard to measure the true meaning of, I'm having a bad day. It made the rest of my life more of a downhill journey after surviving that day. 3 days later, we met up with my old buddies from the 1st Platoon. They knew that Captain Ward was dead, along with the medic, and they assumed that it must be me. I relive that reunion with my band of brothers every Memorial Day. I had come back from the dead in their eyes while I was still wearing the blood of our guild with my fatigues. Their unqualified elation at seeing me alive lifted me out of the depths of depression of wondering why I could not save my 4 friends and why it was them and not me. So, I stand in front of you all this Memorial Day as someone who has returned from the dead, speaking for those we memorialize, to remind you what is so obvious. It is good to be alive. And even better when you take the time to remind each other. A few years ago, I tried to get in touch with Captain Ward's survivors to pass on some pictures I had of him, only to find that there were none. I did get to speak to several of his friends and classmates, including his wife's best friend, who informed me that 10 years following his death, Joy Ward took her own life. She told me that Joy had not remarried and was never the same after her Johnny's death. So, I would like to dedicate my words today to my captain, Johnny Ward Jr., and his wife, Joy. His name joins the 58,202 names on the Vietnam Memorial Wall. But where do we put Joy's name and the countless others who suffer along with those we memorialize today? It is difficult to make sense of these events that happened to me, my fellow veterans, our country, and the nation of Vietnam. Far greater minds than mine have yet to answer the question, why? I have come up with some answers for me. This experience allowed me in 1987, after moving to Cornwall, on the invitation of Jim Whiteside, to join the volunteer fire department and the ambulance squad, and I found a new band of brothers and sisters. It has allowed me the privilege to help serve this wonderful town of Cornwall for the past 18 years, a town that has embraced me and my family in a similar fashion that the 1st Platoon did of Alpha Company did on that January day 34 years ago. It has allowed me to fulfill my most important role in life as father to my daughter Megan, who is here today, and her twin brother Weston. It is most fitting that I give this speech this year because Meg and Wes are the exact same age I was the day that Captain Ward was killed. I am very grateful that they do not have to face what I did. And I would be even more grateful if our leadership would learn from these experiences before sending anyone else to give their last full measure for our country. And finally, it has allowed me to put the worst day of my life back in that file and replace it with today, one of the best, where I got to drive the new ambulance in the parade, tell you a story and share it with you, my friends and neighbors, and now run the cakewalk, where for only 5 tickets you too could win a cake. I hope to see you all there. Thank you very much.
For the moose is Cadwell's.
I'm sorry, but Dave says he doesn't have an encore, so we have to go on.